Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Every time she goes away. Hey, I have a question for you. How did we, as humans, come up with words? Like, who came up with words? Like, was it one person? Like, what happened? Like, one day he just was like, ah, yes. We do not just need to make sounds. We can actually form these sounds and they are now words with meaning. Yes. Because I always thought that we first started talking like, cavemen. How do they talk like, they talk like, oh, 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 oh. Rock. Okay, so I don't know. It just seems to be a fascinating thing to me. Like, and now we have very complex words like idiosyncratic. Am I even saying that right? I don't know. I'm just saying sounds. Like, even now, so far, I've said, a bunch of sounds and syllables, but you know what I'm saying. You understand me, right? I just don't see how we as people have come up with words. Like, well, who was the first person who learned the words? Like, was it just the one guy, like I said, like, oh, yes, menu, source. And how did he know you pronounce it source? Source. How come the C makes a S sound? Why didn't he just say sork? Sorke? I don't know, man. These are the types of things that run through my mind, and it just doesn't really calculate. It doesn't compute with me. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, what's one of the most simple words, like table, 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 table. Like, how is that mean that? Table, table. If I say table, you know what I mean. But I'm really just making two sounds. What if I say bolte? Bolte, 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 bolte. Am I saying that? I'm not really sure where this is going, but there's certain things that I think about that I feel like don't really make sense. Like, oh yes, and if you go on the internet, the www.com place, where you Google, or maybe nowadays everyone just uses AI. And if you say, where did words come from? Words originated from the Latin and Greek. No, that isn't. Okay, well, where did the Latin words originate from? Where did the Greek words originate from? You just have a question mark on the screen. That's what I would think. Speaking of question marks, I was texting one of my friends, and she's like, hey, this showed up in my tea recently. It was a picture of her. She like ordered tea, or maybe she made tea, and she looked down and the bubbles formed like an exact question mark. And she's like, maybe it was a sign for me. Like, where am I going with my life? Like, what is life? What is existence? No, I don't. Yeah, but anyways, it was pretty funny. Like, it's probably not really that funny right now. It's like you had to see the image, I guess. Here's the other thing. we can see, like, honestly, we're humans, we're blessed, we can see, we have eyes, and maybe not everyone can see, so I apologize. I realize I just made a general statement there, so I apologize. But if you are able to see, right, you can look out, you can see a landscape, you can see, trees, the sky, the mountains. But then somewhere along the line, somebody came up with a camera, and they were able to snap a picture, something that we can see with our eyes, that we can print out. And everyone's just acting like, oh yeah, that's just expected. Like, what did the first people think when someone printed an image after snapping a picture? And that flashlight, because back then it was like way more powerful than the ones that we have now. They probably got blinded, first of all. So the first people who actually were like, pose for a picture, please. They're like, what is a picture? And so they sit down and they're like, it is a snapshot of what we can see with our own eyes. We will print it out on a piece of paper. What is paper? Now, and so they're like, okay, just sit here in this position with your family, and we're gonna snap this picture, and there might be a little bit of a bright light, and so they snap it, and the flash was so bright back then. The first people who they became blinded, and they weren't even able to see the picture. They couldn't see it. If their eyes were able to readjust, they were able to see it like maybe 10 minutes, maybe an hour later. I don't know. These are just some of the random thoughts that run through my mind. How did we come up with words? And have you ever looked at like medical terms, like how complicated some of these words are? Like 8-syllable words, like, even like calculator, even really complicated words like, garage. And everyone's just like, well, words have always existed. Words have just always, what about when you thought things before words were existed, was it just images, or was it just like, actually, when you think things, I think it is normally just images, right? Maybe when people think, I don't know, do they see words, or is it images? And can you see colors, like in your thoughts? Oh man, here's another one. Dreams. How do dreams work? You go to sleep at night, your brain is like, here's about 1 million images that are just going to pop through your brain, and it's not going to make any sense or any logic, but it's going to play like a movie. And then when you wake up, it's going to fade away in an instant. An instant. And I can't even snap all of a sudden. What's going on with me, man? Oh, man, I feel like Michael J. Fox when he was playing the guitar and his hands started like fading away. But yeah, I might have to do a whole nother episode on dreams. Dreams are really crazy, to be honest. Dreams are really crazy. And to me, it's like, how sometimes you can wake up and you can still be confused. Like, wait a minute, was that real? What just happened? Wait, it was a dream. It was a dream. It was a dream. But that's all I got for you. Hope you're doing well. If you're listening to this all the way at the end, please hit the follow button and let me know what you guys think about this. Leave a comment on the episode. Appreciate you. Have a good one.